So now is November. We are deep in the winter, and the pandemic is not any better, and it's got worse. And the businesses, those who received PPP, long gone, and businesses who received EIDL loan, spent. So there's a lot of small businesses are struggling, and during our practice, and I have collected 10 most common struggling item that in small business owners' mind. Let's just talk out loud about it, and let's find solution. Maybe it is not even a solution, it is just a mindset. But however we deal with it, and we want to know that, and you understand you are not alone. And we want you to understand this shall pass. So let's dive into it, understand our issues, then deal with it strategically. Hopefully we come out from the other end, be more successful. Today, and our topic is 10 hardest things about running a small business during the pandemic. The reason I did 10 because I have been collecting from clients. If I make a note on every phone calls I receive, and I will say that these 10 are the most common worries, most common issues that small business owners are facing today. Back in March, when pandemic just arrived here, and we think what? We think it'll be done by June, right? And after June, we think it will be done by the fall. And then now is November, and there's prediction that it will be done by April next year. But there's also prediction says that it won't be done in 2021, even with vaccine, because vaccine is not going to be rolled out so fast. So there's still gonna be, we are still in the trench of pandemic. So with all of that, and we are looking at our small businesses and trying to figure out how do they survive, what do they do? And sitting in my chair, it is relatively easy to see what other people are doing and what kind of issue they have. So I bring that to you today with 10 hardest thing that small business owner would face, and also maybe experience and the suggestions hopefully can counter those difficulties and help you through this time and arriving at a better place. So about myself, and my name is Ying. I am the managing partner for Community CPA. I also serve on National Taxpayer Advocacy Board, and where we provide input to IRS. And you can find me on our website, communitycpa.com, and you can hear my webinar, those technical ones, or this one, and on our YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Community CPA. So if you type Community CPA, you'll find us. And I do want you to know that I have a book, and I plan to get the 10 a.m. book done this year. I promise you that I am trying, but looks like I am failing because I'm not getting it done. And I wrote half of it and I couldn't do the other half. And I just had so many things that I'm experiencing with my business owners. And I am going through whatever you call it, the process with all of my business owners. So I have a lot of life experience that I'm experiencing right now. And I like to focus on those before I sit down to write about them. And now let's see, who are the 10 hardest things for small businesses? And number one, I would say the ability, the willingness, and the braveness in embracing the uncertainty. And nobody likes things to be uncertain, but small business today, you are not going to have any certainty. We don't know what's going on tomorrow. you could be tested positive tomorrow, or your most important employees could be tested tomorrow positive. And there's uncertainty in the air, literally, and you can't get away. And I want to say that that's a given, and it is difficult to embrace that uncertainty, but you just have to do that. And I want to tell you that as a small business owner, the most important thing is to project yourself to be the most staple factor. Everyone can get sick with COVID, but you cannot. And you know how Donald Trump, President Trump, kind of projecting himself as the person that can throw away the face mask and I don't care and I'm not going to get sick. And he's not doing anything different. And he's projecting that power, that undefeated spirit, and he's hoping that that will keep the country strong. And whether that really become that way, I'm not going to comment on that. But as a small business owner in your own shop, and you want to project yourself to be the most certain factor. So everything can be uncertain, but you are not uncertain. You will run your payroll and you will do your business just the way it is. And even if tomorrow you felt like you don't have money to pay, and that is not anybody else's worry but yours. And you just need to embrace that. Okay, let tomorrow speak about tomorrow. And learn the ability to let it be. I really think that the heroes I see in small business owners, it is those ones, let it be. And it's not, of course, in a good time, small business people, we make money and we do well, and then nobody really see a heroic spirit in it. But when the tough time comes, like right now, and you will find those characters, they are people facing their business. And we have business owners making 50% of what they used to make, but they're still maintaining the same team that they worked with. And the business owner literally don't make any profit. And we can see that from their book. But they have maintained that staple workforce, and they hold on to the employee and went through this hard time so far. And of course, and we are dialoguing every month about what's going to happen next month. If this pandemic get worse, and we got 20 some cancellations in one day. So things like that, and it bound to happen. It is there, but just learn to embrace that uncertainty. At the same time, become the certainty. That is number one. My number two, I want to share with you is learn to take time. It is very hard to take time. I will tell you why it is hard, because as a business owner, you are struggling with your book. Here comes an employee, got infected by COVID-19, and tell you that you're supposed to pay me 2 weeks salary, even though I'm sick at home because DOL said so. And then send you the DOL publication demand to get paid. Nothing wrong with the demanding, but it's just when you are in that situation and the people, your employee who really should be loving you, caring you as well, because you did that to this person, but came out wanting money from you, and you are at the verge of breaking up that relationship. You are at the time being stressed out, pushed to the edge, and you were not going to take your time. You were just about to tell your employee that I don't have money, I'm sorry. Or you were just about to say that, okay, fine, but deeply you are hurt, right? So right here, right now, this is what I say to our business owners: take a deep breath and take time. And you can always say that, let me do some thinking. I am so sorry what happened. Give me a little time. People will. We give so much time for the election process. We're still not done yet. Why can't we give time to ourselves to allow ourselves to make good decisions, right? Learn to take time. So business owners, when we are in this kind of survival mood and our taking time ability is gone, and we are always at run, and we are always urgent, and everything come to us is a big stumbling block on our head. That's just how it is. Understood. But remember, at this time, the first point we were talking about to embrace uncertainty, but you be the most certain one. So this time, not only be the most certain one, but also be the most relaxed one. Letting time fix things. So thoughtful move is most critical at this time. And if you can thoughtfully move on. So what happened to my business owner who just got shocked about the 2 weeks pay to the COVID patient, the employee? The fact is that she has not just one, she had two happen at the same time. And that means more than 50% of her workforce is at home sick, and she has to pay 100% of all the wages for 80 hours by DOL standards. So with that, and our business owner, the one who got really shocked with that and didn't know what to do, she allowed time. And she said to the employee that, let me figure this out. I am so sorry. Make sure you stay home, quarantine yourself, and get through, and let me get back to you. So she took 3 more days and come back to community CPA. So we talked about it. We studied the rules and we made understanding clear. And then she went to her attorney and get the same understanding and lay out the plan, then go back to the bank to figure out where this money going to be coming from. So all of that, she took her time to decide what to do. And you may have your landlord knocking at your door right now and wanting you to make the rent payment and you don't have. And if that is the case, take your time. Tell the landlord that, give me time. The first time when landlord come around, ask for, give me a week time. The second time, a week later, he came back and tell him, give me 3 more days time. And with those time, you will figure it out. You will know what to do. Even if you're planning to file bankruptcy, that would give you time to sort through, to talk with community CPA, talk with your other advisors, figure out, what does that do to me if I file bankruptcy right now? And is there a way to pay the landlord with whatever money coming from? And how do I use this EIDL loan? So all of that, just learn to take time, because that's the hardest struggle we have with business owners, and business owners are not taking time because they're in the survival mood and everything is urgent. No, nothing is urgent. And right now, especially, nothing is urgent. The most urgent thing is you settle yourself, be the certain one in the uncertain time, and know how to take time. So that's my number 2. My number 3 is to allow others to help. And it is easier said, very difficult to do for small business owners. You know why you become small business owner? Because you got tired of other people to help. You want to do it yourself. You are like, I can do it myself. I don't need anybody's help. Many small business did not rely on anybody else but themselves to start up a business. And when you are in that kind of personality, when you have that kind of DNA, you are going to have a real difficult time to look for help. It is sort of subconsciously become a humiliation for you. You don't want to. But at this time, I ask our small business owners to put down their pride. There is no need to have that. It is okay to say you're not doing well. It is okay to come around to talk to us that how should I deal with this loss? would this be beneficial if we file bankruptcy for one entity to preserve the rest of it? And it is nothing wrong. That's how President Trump did. He filed bankruptcies on certain entities, but not all of it. So he used that as a tool to regain his power in his economy, in his own economy. Okay, so there is nothing in business that is inappropriate. Don't ever use pride to stop you from looking for options. You know, Donald Trump, our president, and went to the bank 3:00 a.m. to convince the bank that, well, I'm not paying you because I don't have it, but if you give me more time, I will pay you because I think I will be successful. And does he have pride at that time? Totally different than what he has today with the election. Am I right? So that's the guy. And that is the kind of spirit we need to take it into our small business owners. So let go of pride, ask for help if you need help. And if your friend is helping you and offered to not get paid, don't pay. Small business owners, it's okay. And know how to receive help without paying. It is a way to appreciate their help. And you're not appreciating people. When people offer you help, you turn around, give them money. You feel like you have to. That is not appreciating. You are not. And you are not allowing other people to help you, right? And stop the tradition of giving gift to staff, to business affiliate this year. If you don't have it, and everybody is in a hardship. Who is going to wait for your gift thinking, well, I'm not getting this one this year from you. And, who is going to do that? And the whole chapter of relationship is rewritten in business after this pandemic, during this pandemic right now. Everything is rewritten. And we have so many new relationships now our firm is building with people from other places. And everybody is forming the new bond. So you want to take this opportunity to form a new bond. And it's okay to plan for bankruptcy. It's okay to not send out gift. It's okay to not even send out a card today and this year. Everything is okay. But most importantly, to allow others to help you. Small business owners, we are difficult to deal with because we have so many pride. We just can't give up. And I'll tell you, I myself, I never get into loan situation. The only loan in my life is the house because I couldn't afford it. If I don't borrow, I can't live in the house. So I have mortgage, okay? And other than that, I live what I have. So during the pandemic, you ask me, Ying, did you borrow? I'll tell you, I did. How could I not? Just like everybody else, I borrow money to run business. That is a fundamental change for me. So I put down my pride. Okay, I can't do it without borrow money. So I borrow. I can't do it without applying for PPP. So I applied. And the first round, I didn't even get it. So I cried. The second round, I got it. And I feel blessed. And I finally got something to keep the firm going. So what's wrong about admitting that? I do. And so I just want to tell you that with my own experience, and I learned just to put down the pride. And number 4, the hardest thing for small business owners to adopt technology. So many of you will come to me saying that, well, I can't do my business because my business is literally with people. If I don't touch their body, I can't get business done. I understand. Still, that doesn't stop you from adopting technology. So maybe now touching the body is not going to work, But what's going to work is you will be innovative. You will think of technology to see whether that can be established. New service, new thing can be thought through with technology. And COVID-19 demonstrated that today's biggest challenge is managing the development of technology fast and furious. You really need your business to adopt that. And if you are in the business that person-to-person connection has to be one, then maybe that person-to-person connection is going to be online, and you will figure out some component that can be done in that way. And every business have to stay on market, and stay on market today must have used some sort of technology. Restaurant use it. Coffee shop, Starbucks. And how many people now using the app to get Starbucks and coming through to get the coffee and drive through? And how many things you're really touching other than that coffee cup? And the people are using technology to reduce person-to-person contact. CPA firm, law firm. I mean, have you ever seen your attorneys face-to-face lately? No, they're all virtual. So you got to know what can be done. Maybe you are in the business, people used to visit you, but now maybe it's a time to develop online selling. Online selling market is expanding. So don't think that people, well, maybe they don't shop online. The people who don't shop online, now shop online. So your customer is out there online. And catch them. Make sure you do it. And you can start to work on this now and do not wait. And you may say that, well, pandemic gonna be over. Pandemic will be over. Technology will not be. It will continue. It won't scale back. It will continue. So don't miss out the chance. Don't misunderstand pandemic, thinking this is done, you are done, and you're gonna go back to old ways. No way. No business is going back the old way. And you can trust my word because I already see it. I just see 10,000 businesses, and you know that I'm not talking about 5 businesses with cumulative 5 experiences. No. So no business is going back to where they were. So you want to catch that up right now. Even if that means it costs you business expense. It is part of the business expense has to come in. So adopting technology, I don't care how much you resist it, but this is the hardest thing the small business owner feels, but this is most important things too. Adopt technology. That's our number 4. Our number 5, small business owner need to lead to scale your business. We're talking about scale your business. That means change your business. As a business owner, you must be able to see through the changes. When I say you see through the changes, I mean that you see the result. If you can literally, visibly see where you want to go, that's when your employee will get the feelings of the path to go there. If you as a leader, as a business owner, you don't know what your tomorrow looks like, there is no one gonna help you to scale the business. So it is really, really important to lead the business to scale. And communication of your vision and the lead employee to scale, it is a skill. It is a skill. What we call that leadership skill is really, in the easiest way to understand leadership skill. And the leadership is actually needed even if you have just one employee. It's actually needed even more if you have just one employee. So with a small business owner, you may have 5, you may have 25, but to be able to articulate that vision, if you are an artist, you can draw it out. but that is the only way for the team to see it, so everyone can move in the unison. So for example, to scale your business, several examples would be working from home. That's the easiest one, right? Pandemic hit, and so many people are working from home. That is the scaling of a business. Business, instead of being in the office building, now it becoming at home. And curbside pickup for food, that is scaling of a business. Online mental health discussion, that is scaling. And the law firms, so many lawyers, and they get together, they discuss mental health. They do a healthy discussion, hire a consultant so people can kind of learn how to deal with isolation. So those are scaling of your business. And Good Morning America is a program that is a way of dealing with working from home. I call that Good Morning America because a lot of firms in the morning, when everybody come to the office in the old ways, and people come to the office and stay at the coffee pot and making coffee, hey, hi, and talking to each other. So now with the pandemic, it had become a Zoom meeting. Everyone log on at that time and reporting, hey, how you are doing, what's going on, and we call that Good Morning America. Okay, so that program, that's the scaling of your business. Law firms start doing PPP and a grant for clients. And instead of just doing lawsuit because the court is not even open, and so they start doing those kind of business. That's a scaling of the business. And designing firm architectures began to do construction work because construction work can be done in the open air and pandemic proof. So they are scaling the business to be something different. And Uber now what? Becoming the food delivery company? Have you heard of that? Of course, you used it. They even give you a $20 coupon to do that. That is a scaling of business. So you as a small business owner, and what's wrong with you? Why are you not scale your business to meet today's needs? So these are hard calls, but it is something as a small business owner, in order you to succeed, in order you to survive, you have to do that. And if you ask me, oh, Ying, what did you do to scale your business? I did a lot. I sent people home, and then I bring some of them back. Then I rotate them. I have 3 branches, so I do plan for every branch. We have a Good Morning America meeting every day, and then we have team meetings. We start to scale our business to fit certain function of activities. So we start forming accounting team, payroll team, tax team. So clients don't have to worry about not being able to get hold of me. And they know that if they can't get hold of Ying, they have the tax team to work with, they have accounting team to work with. So I did. And I consider that was very successful. And I would tell you that I felt like with pandemic, we actually looked at our business deeper. So we actually did something better for our clients. That's maybe tell you why we did not shrink, we actually grow. And not every business shrinks. Not every kind of business shrinks. Even in restaurant business, there are business doing better. Okay, so it is really about you, not anybody else. Number 6, maintain authenticity. Authenticity, uniqueness, specialty, different. And don't look at your neighbors and say that, well, that's what they do, so I will do this. During this pandemic time, the very important things to maintain that difference. Be something unique. So there's only one way to prevent spread of a COVID-19, face mask, right? But do you realize that some business, they don't wear normal face mask. They wear a face mask with their business name on it. So look, so there are people seeing ordinary things, but make it special, make it unique. Some businesses print their logo on it And some business print a joke on it. Some business use the same color for their face mask, and they are all doing their special format to draw the difference between them and the others who are wearing face mask. And in the world of people always talk about best practice, and the best practices is not for you to copy that practices. It is for you to absorb it and reinventing it, for you to absorb it to your business, reinvent it for your own use. And don't say that, oh, that worked for that person, it's going to work for me. No, you want to maintain that authenticity for yourself and giving that little bit of uniqueness in everything you do. For example, for food delivery, every restaurant does food delivery. But do you know that one of my clients has delivered food so successful because if you got 2 deliveries, the second one comes with a bottle of wine, free. Because you got one coupon for first delivery, the other coupon for the second one, and when they arrive at your door, they take your first one, they keep the second one, they give you a bottle of wine. See, that is uniqueness. And for professional service company, and like community CPA, like our firm, do you know what we did very different from any other CPA firm here in town or here in Midwest? And we started online present, right? You're here and you're listening to me, and there's many people on Facebook right now, and we are streaming, so people are listening. And you knew that we have a YouTube channel, community CPA channel, and you can log in, and then you can see our 386 videos. Why not? Right? So that's our uniqueness. So our logo on YouTube says, we speak your language. That is our uniqueness because we speak 9 different languages. So we like people to think that it doesn't matter what you say. We understand the meaning behind what you're saying. We are truly connected with you at not just at the language level, at the spiritual level. And that is what we want you to feel about community CPA. That's why we don't call ourselves some last name plus last name CPA firm. No. And we are part of the community. So keep in mind finding that niche for yourself and maintain that authenticity for yourself. Okay? Number 7. Number 7 is about predicting timing. I know that's the hardest one to ever think because small business, we have limited resources. And say we want to now with the pandemic, I need to build a glass wall to protect my employee. And that investment itself is $20,000. And when do I do it now? If I say, yes, I do it, and the contractor says that it's going to take 5 weeks to deliver, and now it's November, 5 weeks is in January. Is it a good investment for COVID-19? And am I wasting my money? Is this a perfect, how do I predict the timing so I know what I do actually going to make sense after COVID-19? That is a everyday question I get from clients. So client wants to invest. I have another client wants to buy a building because before COVID-19, they were doing so well, they needed a bigger space. So they thought they'd buy a building. COVID hit. They went down to 1/3 of the volume. Hard hit. 2020 is going to be a big loss. And they are not sure. They're not sure whether they can continue. And they're not sure whether it is going to be okay if they invest in the building right now. They're trying to predict when, how to do that investment. Of course, that is hard. But here, I want to give you 2 things to consider. If you can answer these 2 things as a yes answer, then you should just go ahead to do it. It is a good timing. It is good in general. So, number one is cash saving reasons. If your investment is going to save your cash, you will do it. And you're probably going to say that, well, what do you mean? When I invest, I actually lose cash to the investment. What do you mean by I save cash in investment? Let's say if you buy a building for $1 million and you bought a building in 2020, you will have a big loss because you will use cost segregation, get a big depreciation to go out. So let's say you lost $500,000 in 2020 because you invested in $1 million building. That $500,000 will go back 5 years to get NOL, carry back tax refund for you. This is CARES Act. So I calculated, and you're gonna get $100,000 tax refund because of you invested in this building, because CARES Act for 2020 that allow you to do that. Not another year, just right now. So if you can calculate those tax saving, you do it. That's the purpose of those tax saving, because the government knows if they put out those tax saving tips for you, there will be people, even though the uncertainty is there, they would still invest. So you, as a small business owner, I want you to focus on before COVID-19, how you were doing. If you were doing just great for the last 5 years, COVID-19 hit this 2020, you went in the ditch. And you know that when COVID-19 is over, you will make it continue. However, if you wait until COVID-19 is over, your investment is not going to worth that much. Right now, you can get deal. Right now, you can get tax saving. If you don't know how to get tax saving, you really need to see us. You need to see Ying. You need to see my other staff. There is no reason why you don't know that today's investment in 2020 should yield a big tax saving for you today. Okay, so that's number one. If cash saving is a reason, go for it. Number two, if continued usage can exist, you go ahead to do it. And continued usage means whatever you were doing, if it is something that after COVID-19 is still usable, it's still gonna be okay, that is a sign to do it too. I'll give you an example. And we have a business who need to, they used to be a business that people coming into the shop. So now it has to be figured out at the door. Okay, so people pick up as things goes out, people drop in, things coming in. So it has to be right at the door. They cannot come into the building because of COVID. To do that system, it cost the business owner $58,000. So the question from business owner is, should I do it? What if I spend the $58,000, then COVID is done? I waste my money. So our question is, number one, do you have tax saving? We calculated, absolutely. We're gonna have tax saving close to $20,000. So $58,000 and the saving $20,000 taxes, absolutely. Cash saving is a go. Number two, is this going to be used after COVID-19? Absolutely. And you think COVID-19 is gone, people are gonna forget how to pick up so easily over here, how to drop off so easily over there? No, convenience will never go away. And convenience will always be there. So business owner and the business client, those clients will always look for the easiest way to do things. You think after COVID-19, we no longer have those webinars? Absolutely not. It's gonna continue because it's easy. It's easy to reach you. So you don't have to come in here, sit in the chair and talking to me. You can just go onto YouTube and check out what Ying just was talking about, right? So convenience will never die. So it will live. For that reason, absolutely a decision. So To predict timing, forget about it. Only predict two things. If it is time, if it is cash saving, is a yes. If it is continued usage, is a yes. Then go for it. So don't struggle. Don't struggle. Don't make it one of the hardest struggle we have, and make it a decision by scientifically calculate how much you save and whether it is can be used or not in the future. Convenience is the thing. Number nine. Number nine is a $1 million topic. I don't say it, you already know. Hire and retain the right staff. It is so true, right? And one of our clients, a law firm, so after March happened, they closed the office. So their 11 lawyers are all went home to work. And during this time, from March to June, 3 months time, and their total service dropped by 2/3 of the same period of last year. And out of this 2/3, and there's 11 lawyers, okay? Out of this 2/3, they dropped 2/3, right? So there's 11 lawyers, there's only 2 lawyers out of the 11 actually produced the whole 1/3 of the work. So what happened to the other one? They're too busy, or they're occupied with other things. So working from home become not workable. There's nothing to do. Okay. So this is where you start seeing which employee, which attorney are actually can produce even though they're home. And you also can see clearly of others what happened to them. So this is, if I were the business owner, I will hold on tight to these 2 attorneys I have. I will find ways to promote them, to keep them so that they are here. The other ones, if they don't produce, and eventually they will jump ship themselves. They don't need you to fire them. They have nothing to do. Who is going to do nothing and make money? I would not even want to make that money if I don't have anything to do. Right? So really, that is where you start seeing people. During this time, you can also find good people to hire, because there's so many businesses are closing, employees are letting go, and there's a lot of people available for you to pick and choose. Hire the right people and start looking at your existing team to see whether you have those right people on the bus, so the bus can start as soon as you want to start. Okay, so this, I know it is not something, it's not really something that can be taught or absorbed just over me saying it for a couple of minutes, but the idea is right now, it is a good time to hire new staff. It is a good time to know who to retain. I'm not saying you need to let people go, but even if you let people go during the COVID time, and your company would not be penalized by the state workforce. So there are things that maybe for employer, and it is advantage to take. Okay, so that's number 9, and hardest to retain, to hire, but we know who to retain. We know who to hire. Number 9, keep the leads in the pipeline. Hardest thing to do. When we are in the survival mood, I know you don't track on the people who used to work with you and who used to come to get service from you, and now they don't come. And I know you don't really have time to look through your client list and give them a call. But you know what? Right now is such a wonderful opportunity to regain your pipeline, to regain your client base, because there's not many people doing it. And you want to run the business right now by keeping the leads in your pipeline. Always know these are your clients. Give them a call. Know what they need from you. Even if you cannot offer them anything, I would not give them up. I would still call them. I would still tell them that, just want to know how you are doing. I know we're not open. I know we don't provide that service, but just want to know how you are doing. Are you doing that? Come on, business owner, you need to keep the leads in the pipeline, because as soon as COVID is in control, these people are coming back to you. They're coming back to you threefold, because they didn't get service for so long. They want to come back right away and very fast and many times. So with that, and keeping the leads in the pipeline become a real smart things to do. And we are not, at Community CPA, we're not only keep the leads in the pipeline, we are growing the leads through our webinars. So we have people from all over the country checking the webinars. So you do the same. Make sure that you keep in mind, when everybody is in the survival mood, you are in the thriving mood. You are preparing for that moment to come, and it will come. Okay, so the last one is actually the most important one. It is unplug and rest. Small business owners has no ability to unplug and rest. No ability, totally handicapped. And you are just like, oh yeah, I work from home. Hey, work from home is not unplug and rest. And I know we cannot go on vacation either. But there's ways to unplug and rest, because it is so important. So I'm a big fan of Deepak Chopra, and I also read books from Eckhart Tolle, and these people are the one that believing in opportunities is in the universe. They think that we only get hold of the opportunities when we are completely relaxed, when we are completely neutral. We cannot be angry, and we cannot not have a loving heart. If you don't have an open heart, if you are not neutral, if you're not at peace, the opportunity doesn't come. And as a small business owner, you know what? We need opportunities. And I am in accounting field, in tax field. I need opportunities. I need businesses. Just look at Community CPA's name, goes, oh wow, I love this company. I am going there to get service from Community CPA. I don't care what their fee is. I just want to get service there. And those are the highest opportunity for any small business to receive. So you want that. By having that, wanting to have that, you have to unplug. I'll tell you that I am the person, whoever knows me, everybody tell me that I work the hardest, because I am always working. But I will tell you that, and I tell my family, working is actually a meditation for me. And I enjoy working, but not so much of chaotic working. And I enjoy to look at one subject and start to studying it. And I couldn't really describe what that is, but that is my meditation. So if someone tell me that, hey, Ying, I want you to do a webinar and just talk about family with many, many kids. So what kind of opportunity they have, the tax saving strategies and all of that. And those are the meditation topics for me. So I actually would sit there and start to, getting all the things that I know from all the sources I have and putting together a thinking path. So I need to think clearly before I can articulate that to you clearly. So that's my meditation. And I love to walk. So I make a point on my calendar to block a time for me to do nothing but doing walk. Okay, so small business owners, I know you're busy, you're as busy as I am, and make sure that you block a time on your calendar. It could be any time. It could be 10 o'clock in the morning, could be lunchtime, could be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Trust me, once you block that time, and your people will give you that opportunity. But if you don't block your time, of course it's get booked. So know how to unplug and rest. Find the meditations that you want to do. And you don't have to do my tax meditation, but you can do other meditation. And if you go onto YouTube, you can find so many meditations, right? So really calm yourself down and accept whatever is in front of us. And know that in the very small scale of our world, it really doesn't matter who is the president. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter who is the majority in the Senate or House. What matters is you get connected with yourself, receiving those opportunities out there. And what matters is finding the best tax person, the best lawyer, and the best advisory people, surrounding yourself with people who cares, and then go about business. And when you make a lot of money, you naturally will have a say in the world. But before you become that person with money, and your opinion is as heavy as one vote, maybe not too much. So with that, I want us to go back to what in the very beginning, how we started our business. I started community CPA because there was so much need in the community. I'm obligated to do that. So I started with community, and my focus is on community at all time. There's no need to change that focus. If you started with the hobby of yours, then you become a business, focus on that and continue to focus on that, finding ways overcome this 10 hardest things for small businesses during this pandemic time, and prepare yourself for a growth that you could hardly handle when the pandemic is over. But the basic is that you have to be here. You have to be surviving before you can thriving. And I want you to survive. That is why I'm here today. So I hope this small talk, I'm not really good with English, okay? So my talk is really simple, but I hope I shared my heart with you. I hope that you felt what I was saying rather than just what I was saying. And email me or contact me if you want. Go on to YouTube and check out our videos and be a supporter of Community CPA. And I appreciate your business. And I know who you are. I see some of the name here. I can't tell you how much I do. And it is not just you are with me, it's the trust you give me, and that keep me going. I will do a good job for you. And I will see you around again on Saturday, every Saturday, rain or shine. Bye-bye.